So welcome everybody to our next Topical Tuesday session. Thank you so much for joining us today. We do know how busy your day gets, so we appreciate you being here with us. A few things. Today's topic is what is new with SIRS and Proquest. We do have two friends joining us today, and they will take over momentarily, but a few housekeeping rules before we jump in and get started. If you need to, please use the QR code to sign in, or I did put the link in the chat box. It should be pinned at the top for you. So I will give you a minute or two to do that, and then we'll go ahead and we'll continue. If you have any issues with it, please do not worry. Remember that we get to, we'll get a sign in or a attendance log once this meeting is over. So if you don't have time to sign in or there's an error and the link doesn't work, never fret. We will know that you are here. If you are just coming in, you can use the link in the chat box and then sign in that way as well. There's going to be many of us on here this afternoon. Please remember to mute your microphones and only unmute when you have a question. And you can always utilize the hand raising feature on the bottom of your screen. And I'm sure that they will give plenty of time to ask questions. So today we are joined with our friend Larry Wilkner from Proquest and SIRS. And I'm going to allow him to take over, introduce himself, and welcome, Larry. We're so happy to have you here. We are a big fan of you and you guys, and we're just so happy with our partnership with you guys. So take it away.
Thank you, Stephanie. You can hear me okay, I hope? Great. I'm kind of new to Google Meet, but I'm sure I'll adapt. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Let's see, entire screen. I think it's probably best. Sorry, one moment. Here we go. Should be coming up in a moment.
Yep, we see it.
Okay, great. And I'll go ahead and let's see. Let me just. Sorry, I'm having trouble controlling it. Let's see. Oh, I think I know what I'm doing wrong. All right. All right, you can see now, okay?
Yes.
And it's full screen?
Not yet, but I think you just pushed it, so it's going to be. There are other people that try to use PowerPoint, or I'm not sure if this is in Teams or not. It may or may not work, but if you just keep it in the slideshow mode and go down, we can see it that way. But we can see if you can advance. Sometimes they advance, sometimes they don't.
All right, let's see. If I advance there, did it work?
Yep.
Okay,
perfect. Yep.
Okay, so my name is Larry Wilkner, and I also wanted to introduce my colleague, Christy Killen, who is your new account manager with Proquest, part of Clarivate. Christy's on the call. Glad she could join us today.
Hi, guys. Yeah, I just wanted to introduce myself and just say hi. I took over for Chris Michaels, who you guys had worked with in the past. And we are excited about your partnership. So I just wanted to be here today to support Larry and meet you all.
Great. So as Stephanie said, the topic for today is really what's new with SIRS and Proquest. So I wanted to give you an update as the product manager of what we've been up to in the last year or so, and also answer any questions that you might have. So this is the agenda. I thought we'd look at what's new with SIRS Discoverer, what's new with SIRS Issues Researcher. We'll look at the roadmap, ways that you can stay informed about future updates or just learn more about the product on your own time. And then I thought I'd, if time permitted, to just go a little bit into what Proquest is doing with artificial intelligence, not specifically in the SIRS products to which you subscribe, but just in other products, just so you can directionally see where we're going as a company. And obviously, I would be very interested in your feedback on any of that. So let's start with SIRS Discoverer. As you know, this is a selected content database, so we pick every article that goes into this database. We added over 2,300 articles, graphics, and images with publication dates from January 1st onward. All of our issues, formerly top controversial issues, topic pages were reviewed and updated by our editorial team, which is really a differentiator for SIRS, is just having those editors, some of which are based actually in Palm Beach County. As some of you may know, SIRS got its start in Boca Raton. And we have legacy people who still work on these products, including SIRS Discover, who are selecting the content and maintaining it. All 350 animal facts have also been reviewed and updated, and we're always looking at new publications, oftentimes leveraging the larger agreements that Proquest has to select individual documents for SIRS Discover. We now have over 480 famous people biographies in SIRS Discover. Again, a very common assignment is a student having to write a famous person biography or fill out a rubric or maybe complete a PowerPoint. We added the individuals you see up here. We try to add them and represent a diversity of different artists, politicians, sports figures, explorers, and also different time periods from very current to hundreds of years ago. So these are some of the ones we've added. We're continuing to build this out. Always interested in your ideas about what other ones we should add in the future. I talked about the issues topic page. Again, very good for that argumentative essay type project, particularly in middle school. We added 2 new issues in 2025. Should screen time be limited? And should single-use plastics be banned? And you can see the two essential questions, and then the pro and the con for each of those, with supporting articles, as you may already be aware. So this is something our editors are continually looking at. We're now up to 87 issues total in the issues feature in SIRS Discover. And as I mentioned earlier, we do review the prior ones for currency and add new articles as appropriate. We do have new nonfiction book titles that we added as well from World Book and Britannica Education Publishing. You can see some of the titles, and that they align well with some of the assignments that we support in SIRS Discover. So Martin Luther King and Albert Einstein for the biographies, pollution for the issues, Portuguese water dogs, and World of Pets for the animal facts. So we also selected a few books that are related to science topics. So we're not limited to just the 4 major assignments that you may be familiar with, but we do find content covering a gamut of material. We're also excited to add 6 new Dorling Kindersley or DK titles to SIRS Discover. You can see them over on the left there: Africa, The Definitive Visual History; Ancient Egypt, Children Just Like Me, Food Like Mine. There's a book about the ancient American native populations, Maya, Incas, and Aztecs, as well as one on inventors and migrations. We now have over 480 digitized nonfiction books in SIRS Discover. Many of these have PDFs. All of the DK ones are PDF. We have about 26 DK titles total. So 480 books total titles, and of those 26 are DK. Also want to let you know of an upcoming change. So we are loading the 2025 edition of Britannica Concise into SIRS Discover, and it will replace the Compton's Encyclopedia. So Encyclopedia Britannica is no longer licensing Compton's. That's the bad news. The good news is that they are willing to license Britannica Concise Encyclopedia as a replacement. So we're excited to include Britannica Concise and to have a new encyclopedia in SIRS Discover. It's one of the more popular titles that we offer there. Let's take a look at SIRS Issues Researcher now. As with SIRS Discover, we're adding new articles all the time, again, on the social issues from the major newspapers and magazines, the major dailies like the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, LA Times, etc. We have over 4,000 editions of articles. We also added 11 new leading issues, bringing our total to 314. And you can see the gamut of what we covered. Many of them align well with what's in the news right now. Government power or government ethics, Department of Government Efficiency. There's even things about sustainable cities, medical tourism, sports washing, etc. So again, this is something we make a commitment to, is investing in this issues coverage, because we know that the argumentative essay and the persuasive essay, or its variants like PowerPoint presentation, or sometimes it's an actual speech, requires in some cases 2 to 3 sources, and so we want to provide those sources and also give ideas of what topics students might want to consider. We also did major updates to other leading issues as well. And there are new books added to SIRS Issues Researcher this year, 4 from Reference Point Press on climate change, eating disorders, media literacy, and the invasion of Ukraine, and then 3 from Spinney Press about body image, poverty, and youth crime. And then as with Discover, we're always looking for new source types and sources to draw from for our editors to select from. What's coming forward for SIRS, there's hundreds of new documents, including articles, images, and graphics from authoritative publications. We're going to be updating the country, states, and province reports in SIRS Discover. We will also periodically update the SIRS leading issues topics with more current content as those topics evolve and more articles appear. We'll be adding more periodicals to the SIRS products. I mentioned the Britannica Concise Encyclopedia. There's also sort of a back-end task that we're doing. We have a content management system that our editors use to keep the product updated, and it's an older system, and we're in the process of kind of moving it over to a newer system so that the team can be more efficient and also be assured that there will be no interruptions in the updating. We publish new articles every week, and again, we want to make sure that pipeline is maintained and assured by investing in the software that supports it. So that's something on the back end, but it definitely contributes to the experience of the product of our users. Before I turn to the AI component, I did want to tell you about different ways that you can continue to learn about Discover and Issues Researcher. We do have 2 LibGuides. The URLs are here, and I'll be sure after we're done today to send a copy of this presentation to Stephanie to distribute to anybody that's interested in it, so you can get these URLs if you'd like. But these LibGuides include e-learning modules, they include webinar recordings. There are some PowerPoint presentation templates that you could borrow from if you want to use them. There's activity ideas, including scavenger hunts to help students learn about how to use the interface and how the features and functionality work together. There's also this very cool What's New in Guided Research URL, and I just noticed I didn't include the URL here. I'll put it in when I send the PowerPoint deck to Stephanie. But what's nice about this is we update it twice a year. It's a support page, and you can type your email address in the but when you click Notify Me here, there's a place for your email address, and you hit submit, and what that'll do is every time we update this page, which we update it twice a year, you can be notified of the update, so it gets pushed to you and you don't have to remember to check. And again, we do update this twice a year, usually in January for the last 6 months of the previous year, and then again in July for the first 6 months of the year. So let's talk a little bit about Proquest and AI. So again, we're diverting a little bit from our SIRS discussion, but I did want to let you know about this exciting development. We do have a product called Proquest Central Student, which is a advanced research tool used primarily by high schools, used primarily in AP and IB programs. It includes a number of the leading magazines, newspapers. Unlike SIRS, however, it's cover to cover, so it's every article from all of these recognized academic publishers as well as the major dailies, and it ensures students have content they need when they need it, and it gives students exposure to the kind of research databases they're going to encounter in university. So with this product, we have introduced something called the Research Assistant, which is an AI-powered tool which helps users in do a number of things, one of which is to help craft a more structured Boolean search by adding relevant terms with a click. So you can see on the screen here, impact of social media on mental health. You can click peer influence, and then it gets added here, as well as any other of the little suggestions that are just below the search box. And as you can tell, it goes from 287,000 results. Again, this is a much bigger database than, say, you'd find in SIRS, to more like 2,500 results. So a narrower and more targeted results list. So again, it narrows results, more targeted, and we have tested this with students and librarians and gotten a lot of very positive feedback. In terms of at the document level, again, just for Proquest Central Student, there is several features that accompany a document text, including a key takeaway that is generated by the AI. Important to know that the AI is only basing its response on the text of the document itself. It is not using anything outside of the document, so it's very focused, and it's much less prone to hallucinations than is true of general AI tools out there. But it provides useful information, helps students determine if the article is really of relevance to them or whether they should move on and look at another document. And then there are a few, I mentioned key takeaways. There's a few other features. There's some important concepts where terms are defined that are discussed in the document. There's a research topics generator that will create some topics that you might want to consider looking into based on what the article is involved in. For some really advanced publications, there are findings and conclusions, and as well as essential details. And you'll notice there are these little almost like footnotes. If you click on those, they do take you to the part in the document where the statement is supported, so you can look at the original primary source materials where the AI drew its conclusions from. So this is a feature that has been made available in this one product for now. We thought it was the most appropriate product to start with because of the fact that it is a heavily academic resource with scholarly journals used, again, mostly by AP and IB students or students who are university bound. And a few additional things I'll just finish with on this one, and it probably would be guiding principles that we would look to if we were to ever do AI in a SIRS product in a future point, which is that it's an opt-in feature. In other words, it's not turned on by default. A district has to ask to have it turned on, and we're doing this out of sensitivity to the concerns that many districts have, very warranted concerns about overuse or misuse of AI. And so we want you to be able to be comfortable with what we're offering before you release it to your students. So that's always going to be an approach we'll take, particularly in K-12. It's document-based, so we're looking at specific documents, and the AI is only looking at that. If you ask the AI or if we were to do a chat feature in the future, is something that we're beta testing at the moment. To answer a question beyond what's in the document or to do your homework for it, it's not going to be able to do that because its remit is just to look at the specific document. And then the last thing is we're trying to use AI in a way that aligns to common problems that students have with, like, for example, creating search queries that get them to relevant content. Again, Boolean searching is not anything that many people, aside from librarians, understand how to do. And so, putting a thoughtful use of AI at the point of need and giving students or teachers for that matter, or librarians, the opportunity to build their own search query kind of addresses a common need that we hear about. So we don't want to use AI just for AI's sake, but rather to address common problems in the marketplace that we're aware of. So with that, I'm going to end my presentation. Again, Christy Killen is your new digital account manager. That's her email there, as well as her phone number. I'm sure she'd like to hear from any of you. And I'll open it up now to see if there are any questions that I can address about anything I presented today or anything that's on your mind.
Any questions? And I do implore you, if you have not already, dig deep into those educator resources. They're absolutely fantastic. There are a lot of great graphic organizers for the students, great ways to teach them how to do research, substitute ideas if you want them to be working within the program while you're not there, and then there's different activities and guides for everybody. Great, great, great. Any questions for Larry or Christy before they go? All right, well, thank you so much for giving us the updates. I think you guys are doing a great job, and the updates sound absolutely wonderful. I'm very excited to be getting more DK books. They're absolutely beautiful, and the kids love them. So
absolutely,
Christy,
yeah, we're excited too.
We're excited to have you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was great to meet you guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
I will send out the presentation that he just went over once he sends it to me, and I will send it into the recap presentation for you. Kendra, did you have a question?
Nope, that was accidental. Thank you.
Accidental. Okay. All right. So we'll keep going and close it out. Oh, Betty. Yes, Betty.
Okay, I just went to the portal and I see there's SIRS Discover and Researcher. What's the main difference between the two?
The age level. So SIRS Discoverer is going to be for the younger readers. And then SIRS Researcher, I do believe, is for the older.
When you say older, would that be middle school, high school?
Correct.
And then Discover would be elementary?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Caitlin. Yes, 6 to 12 is Researcher, and then Discover is for the K through 5 students. Typically, 3rd through 5. I would say SIRS Discover is a little mature for some of our younger elementary babies. All right. So continuing on, please remember that 3070 funds have been released to you. A lot of you are starting to make your purchases. Just again, please be mindful of all the different deadlines. There is a lot of dates and numbers within that bulletin. So just make sure that you are staying on top of things and you understand the different deadlines for things. All your purchases have to be made by February 18th. So you want to work backwards from that date and make sure that you have plenty of time to have it uploaded to the stakeholder website. Also, the 80/40 technology order is due. This is where you make your selection of the different technologies. Please make sure that you select your technology order by November 21st, which is right before you leave for Thanksgiving break. We look at it once we get back. We order all the materials, and then hopefully we can start passing them out in January once we return for the new year. So do not forget that this coming Thursday, we are having a Google Meet with Lisa Seymour, who is on the board for Florida Power libraries. If that is something that you think you are interested in, or you would like to understand the process of getting your school media center recognized as a Florida Power library, please join us on Thursday. I will send out the Google Meet information again Thursday morning or Wednesday afternoon, just in case, but I just want you to know it's going to be at the same time, 2:30 for on Thursday. You all do such amazing things inside your media center. I do believe that each one of you can accomplish this award for your media center. So if that's something that you would like to do, please join us just for a Q&A session on Thursday to get some ideas. You may not want to do it this year, but you can get more information about it so that next year, if you wanted to, you can get started as well. So please join us this Thursday with Lisa, who's going to be happy to talk to you. Lisa is also going to be one of the research presenters for our fantastic PD on Friday. She's going to be leading the one about gearing up your research, sort of, and she's at Palm Beach State College. But we have fantastic classes set up for this Friday. If you can join us for one, for multiple, they're all live in ELM, so please make sure that you sign up. Please do your best to sign up if you are coming. Give us, let us know so that you're on the attendance. Please do not show up to this class without signing up in ELM first. All right, only because in certain times and areas we need to have a count for how many participants are going to be here. The McKesson Support Center, our offices, is going over a little bit of a remodel. It is not as luxurious as the school remodels, just little updates here and there. So for the ones that are coming to our offices and building, you will see sort of construction zones here and there. Just keep that in mind, but we're going to do our best to work around it. So we have great things planned. We did build this PD day around your comments and what you wanted to see from the end of the year survey. So hopefully there is something for everybody on that day. Go ahead, Betty.
For the Ozobot, do you have to have the Ozobots to come to the Ozobot? Okay.
No, absolutely not. And it's a great way to play with the Ozobots, just in case that's something that you think you might want to order with your 8430. We will have Ozobots here for you. All right, so if you have not already done so, please reach out and join Emma. They are our great organization. They are planning some really great things if you are going to FAME. They are also getting ready to advocate for you and your time in your library. So if you have not taken the time to join this year, please do so. It is a great cause, and they always sponsor our end of the year celebration that they are busy working on. So if you've not joined yet, please take time to do so, and then you can reach out to anybody or them to get more information needed. Please continue to tag us in all the wonderful things that you guys are doing. For my elementary folks, do not forget that we're still doing our Tony picture contest. We have tons of Tonys to give away, to give to you. We want them to students, and all we need in return is a picture to us showing us that your kids are enjoying Tonys and that you're using them in your library, and we'll send you fresh, brand new ones that you did not get to select during the symposium. But we love seeing everything that you guys are doing. Please continue to do so. If you need points for the end of the year, remember that our Topical Tuesdays will give you 20 points. And if you need your certification, make sure that you sign up for the Topical Tuesday course, and there will be a one accumulating assignment at the end for you to get your points. Our next session is going to be with teaching books, one of my favorite databases and programs that we use in the district, and that's going to be on October 28th. Some of you may or may not be traveling to FAME. Those of you that are not, I really hope that you can join us. And that's all I have for today. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop the recording.